Welcome to VADisability, a podcast to educate and inform you about disability employment issues. My name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert.
VA disability benefits. That's what we're talking about today on VADisability. Welcome back. It's David D'Arcangelo, another episode. Please help us continue to grow our channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share, so we can keep great content flowing for you. All right, so today we're talking a little bit about VA disability benefits. You know, one of the things in researching topics is I go look at Google Trends, and in YouTube they have a tool where you can see what people are looking for. I'm doing that really because if that's what people want, let's give people what they want, right? So one of the biggest search terms is VA disability benefits. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. We'll talk a little bit about like the eligibility, and there's the whole process there. All right. So, all right, let's start with VA disability benefits. The VA is the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. That's what the VA is short for, otherwise known as. And really, we want to provide a support system for our veterans. They deserve it. They're putting their lives on the line, serving our country here, defending our freedoms. We want to make sure we're supporting them in every way because, unfortunately, too often there are service-connected disabilities there, and even more significant. There's, everything up to loss of life and people who have very significant disabilities as a result of their service. So obviously, we want to have a system that supports them and is robust and, provides for them as they served us. So it is all about VA benefits, service-connected disabilities. And let's talk a little bit about the process here, okay? So again, VA benefits are disability compensation, but it's also like healthcare and other benefits and training and things we'll talk about. But basically what it is, it's a tax-free monthly payment to veteran whose injuries or illnesses came as a result of their military service. Okay, so that's kind of the number one thing. And now there's some eligibility criteria here. There's three main things. One, that it was service-connected, okay, that there's a connection to the service as the disability is a result as a connection to the service. So the disability must result from an injury, disease, or an event that occurred during active duty training or in active duty training. So that's really number one thing. It's got to be connected. So if somehow the disability happened in some other way, then it's probably not considered a VA benefit, okay? But if it's connected to the service of your country, then it is, all right? And there's a whole big set of criteria to that, but we're at the 40,000-foot view here. All right, the number two thing is the discharge status. So the veteran must have been discharged under conditions other than dishonorable. So there's a variety of ways to leave military service, but to get the VA benefits, it can't be a dishonorable discharge. All right, it can be any of the other discharges, but it can't be a dishonorable discharge. That's criteria number two. Criteria number three is the disability's got to be current. It's got to be present and a diagnosable condition, all right? It's got to affect either your daily life activities or your employment, either one of those. So you'll then need to get into other criteria that we'll talk about here. There's evidence that you need to be able to provide to the Veterans Affairs, they used to call it the Veterans Administration, but Veterans Affairs. And the evidence needed to file a claim, there's really three main things. The first one being medical records. So that's documentation of the disability. That includes the diagnosis and the treatment and all of the stuff going on with the disability, again, that impacts your daily living or employment or pursuing employment, okay? And then number two is your service records. You're going to be able to provide those, and that's the proof that you were in service in the event or injury related to the disability or the condition happened while you were in service, okay? So you got to be able to provide that. And then number 3 is what they call this nexus evidence, which is a statement or medical opinion that connects the condition or the disability to the military service. So you need all 3 of those things. All right. Now there's a whole system in place to be able to help support you to do that. One, you got to do it on your own. You got your information. Okay, we got that. But there's organizations set up like the DAV. Each community has a Veterans Affairs officer. Those types of things can help you get some of this documentation. The VA, if you're getting treatment through the VA healthcare system, the doctors there, all of that is set up to be able to provide the veteran with the information they need for this process. Okay. And then let's talk a little bit about how the disability rating system works. Okay. Now, this is not like other disability where we've talked about in like the Americans with Disabilities Act, in the 3-prong definition, or the VR Rehabilitation Act definition, or these other different. The VA has a specific set of criteria, and they've developed this rating system, and it's a percentage system from 0% all the way up to 100%. And it goes up in these 10% increments. So with 10% being the kind of the entry level disability, your less limited disability, to 100% being your more limited disability. Okay. And it reflects the condition's impact on your earning capacity, but they also take into account other daily activities as well. All right. So the compensation amounts are based on this rating. So what you're going to get in terms of a benefit amount each month is going to be related to the percentage of disability that they find for you. Okay. So veterans with multiple disabilities can receive combined payments, and they have like this algorithm, this formula that they put in place to be able to calculate that. So if you're experiencing more than one disability, more than one limiting condition, then the chances you'll probably get a higher rate of disability and you'll get more compensation as a result of that. Let's talk a little bit about there's some other additional benefits available. So depending upon the rating, veterans may also qualify for additional compensation. Sometimes that's a one-time payment, or sometimes it's higher payments for other things. And for dependents with severe disabilities, you can get additional special monthly compensation, and you can get things for aids and attendance, and you can get other supports for veterans depending upon the status and the rating of your disability. So really the severity, if you will, of your disability. You can also get vocational rehabilitation assistance and counseling. You can also get help buying your house or opening a business, all kinds of other programs. Access to the VA healthcare system, which has improved greatly. Trump really did a great job. President Trump really did a great job of totally revitalizing that, and that continues to get even better. So the VA healthcare services. And so there's a lot of benefits out there. Okay. You gotta find out what they are. You gotta work towards them. There's a whole process. It's a big, long thing. But really, if you're a veteran, you deserve it. You deserve it. You served our country, and we need to take care of you. And we're gonna do that. So we're gonna compensate you. We're gonna provide for training and healthcare and all that stuff. All right. A few things about tips for applying. Veterans can apply, or really need to apply these days, through the online portal. So go to the va.gov, or you could do it by mail or in person. I would suggest, though, if you can do it online, to do it online. That way you'll have everything in one place, even if in the event that you do have to go in for a visit or something. I'd be proactive. I would make sure you submit all the information you have. And again, if you have an online account, it can be all stored there and everything. There's organizations, veteran service organizations, that will help you with this. Again, the DAV and other veterans organizations maybe you belong to, if you were in part of, depending upon the situation that you were involved with, whether it be Veterans of Foreign Wars or the Legion, or again, each community should have a veteran service officer as well. If for some reason you get denied, there is an appeals process. All right. And you can go through that, and that in process includes they send you a thing called a notice of disagreement. And you've got to answer that in a certain amount of time, and you've got to provide other documentation and things like that. Sometimes you might think like, wait a minute, I am qualified. Maybe you just left out some of the information that they need, the documentation that they need. So I would definitely pursue that and not just think like, oh, I didn't get approved, so I'm done. No, appeal it and ask for their assistance. They'll give you assistance to go through the process. So again, we want to thank everybody that served, and you deserve these benefits. They're there for you. So go to va.gov, learn more, and find the local veteran service organization in your area. We'll put some links down in the description here so you can have access to those. So we appreciate our veterans. We love our veterans. We love everybody here at Save Visibility. So I hope you got something out of this. Let me know if you want to hear more on this topic. This is a big topic. We've only barely just scratched the surface here on VA benefits. So I'm fired up as usual. It's David D'Arcangelo. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you have a great day.
For more information about disability employment issues, please visit our website, disabilityemploymentsolutions.com. The Save As Ability podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube channel at Disability Policy Expert, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your ratings and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by Pod Pro Entertainment. Save As Ability lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #TheNewRadio. Again, my name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Until next time, thank you. I hope you have a great day.